Christine here with Seeing Creations Adaptive Art. Welcome back to my studio, and today I'm really excited because we are finishing or working on this Renaissance woman character. And if you recall from our first video, we used watercolor, but today we're going to work on the background using soft pastels. But what's really cool about these ones, instead of being big pieces of chalk, they feel like a pencil crayon. So they're really easy to just spread on. So Gina and I are gonna do this together where she's gonna place the color and I'm gonna smooth it with my fingers. So I'm gonna pass her my pencil. And what I think is so cool about this particular character is when we, maybe not that, because that's the trick. When we typically do portraiture, we typically focus on a couple of things. We focus on the face, the hair, the clothing, and typically throughout art history, they focus on putting people, in particularly royalty, in poses that emphasize their power. But there's very few images in art history where the character is not facing the viewer. So I think that's really cool because it creates a bit of a story and it gets the viewer thinking. And I might include this as part of the Crystal Princess series. I haven't decided yet. Now, a trick that a dear friend of mine and my art teacher Diane taught me for painting, and I think this also applies to pastels and mixed media, is start with lemon yellow as the base, and then you can build color on top. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with this lemon yellow on the background, and then we're gonna build some other colors up to kind of give it that tea stain background. But to be honest, I don't feel like drinking tea right now, and I would need to have the wet tea bag. So we're gonna and so we're gonna fill this negative space because breaking. Yeah, that happens. Okay, so I guess so. Okay, so since this is broken, I'm gonna build. We might need to sharpen those with a knife because sometimes different pencils, like charcoal pencils for example, which I tried to use for years because I love charcoal, but they're not meant to go into a pencil sharpener. Sometimes you need to get like a X-Acto knife to sharpen them, which we really don't want to do, or we might need to get sandpaper to sharpen them. Okay, do you want me to spread that? Yeah, okay. And then I was saying we're gonna layer this with a deeper brown because this is a good base. Okay. So one thing about pastels is the best way to get them is to use your fingers because they mix with the oils of your skin, right? So, and I personally, myself, I like oils, but I wanted to experiment a little bit with this. But what's really good about this is it lets Gina and I collaborate together, where she puts it on the paper and then I get to do the really fun and messy part of this. But you can also do this in oil pastels. It'll just take more time, or markers, but that also will take a lot of ink and it's not as tactile. And it probably won't have that old fashioned feel to it, which is what I want. I don't know about my audience, but that's what I like. And I got these on Amazon. They're by oh, what's that brand? I'll put the brand that I use in the description if I can think of it. But okay. Yeah, so we've got the negative space, got that lemon base. Oh, and it's broken again. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're gonna take a darker base because we want this to look a little bit different than. Yep. Which one is that? There, does it say?
Yellow.
Yeah. So I think this is a. Yeah, this is an ochre. Which I typically don't work with because it can be quite challenging, and honestly, I find earth tones not really as fun, but they are necessary. They do have a purpose, but so I'm gonna start blending. Now you see how that kind of looks like the tea stain there, Gina? Doesn't it? It looks like tea, right? Like it's got that aged paper to it. So yeah, we're just gonna build this up. And with oils, they need, well, pastels actually, they need layers to really be effective in my personal experience. So I'm gonna, okay. I don't think we'll need as much here because we want to transition. Yeah, I think that's good, yeah. Yeah, there we go. And we